Wait up. What? Tsoko? Vogai? Ntabi? Sadie? What are you guys doing in my studio? I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet. No, 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 no. I'm gonna try. Work till I die. I'm gonna fail and get up, 'cause I'm not giving up on my dream. Hey! I'm coming out of the woodworks. Oh my goodness, we are live. Hi! I'm so stoked for this. What? Hey everybody! I'm so excited about this. Can you believe it? We are live within the studio. Yes! Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Kupanishima again. This is How I Do Things, the show where you send me your questions and I'll let you know how I would do things. We are live streaming today. Hey! So let's see who's here today. So we have guys here. Guys, I wear glasses and I don't have contact on. So if you see me doing this, it's because I'm trying to read. And if I wear my glasses, you guys are going to be able to see the rest of my studio. So I'm happy that we got a good start today. Paulette is here. Tembelihle is here. Lab K. Rati. Chief. What's up? We also have guys here. Sylvie's here. So many of you guys are here. Let's see. Raquel's here. Johanna's here. We have so many of you guys are here. If you're new for the first time joining the live stream, welcome to the morning party. If you have not been joining us for everything else, I mean, why not? Why not? We go live every single day at 7:30 with a brand new live premiere of the show. And I'm still in this funky studio. I've got my mic back, but I think we need to do a poll question just to see, do you guys want me to go back to old setup or do you guys like the Queen's chair, darling? Let me know and we will see how we do that. So I'm so excited for this. There's so many of you guys here. Yay! I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for coming to the live chat, to the live premiere, to the live streaming that we've never done before. It's a bit strange. I've never ever had to do this before. It's my first ever live premiere. So this is a lot. I'm basically a one-man production house. All of these nice little things that you guys are seeing at the bottom of the screen, I'm busy doing that meanwhile while chatting to you guys. So I will be taking up on your questions as much as I possibly can, especially since the video itself doesn't want to show on my homepage. So we'll try as best as we possibly can. All right, so today's question I received from someone on Instagram and she was just like, how do you know if you're ready to say yes? How do you know if you're ready to get married? And also, how do you know you want to say married to this guy? To this one PP? Is this the PP I'm going to live with for the rest of my life? Is this the one? Is it? I don't know. Hey? I'm not sure. So let's just see how you guys feel. Let me know. Are you guys married? Have you said yes already? How are you feeling about saying yes? And are you sure? That one is just for the rest of that ping. That's the only ping you'll ever know for the rest of your life because you said yes to that one. That specific one. All right, so where's here? Yay! Haven't seen you in so long. Good to see you. And okay, cool. So let's quickly see. That one PP does for you. Does for the rest of your life. Thank you guys so much for the comments. Please keep them coming. All right, cool. So let's see. All right, cool. Let's get into today's video about the 10 things. The one thing I don't have is the numbers. I don't have the numbers. I don't have the numbers, guys. All right, cool. So I don't have the numbers. I don't know if you guys are able to see me. The picture's a bit dodgy at the moment, but hopefully we will fix that in a second. So let's just see. Hopefully the picture gets a little bit better. Not really sure how I can fix that, but hopefully it gets a little bit better. All right, cool, guys. So number one, marriage is not an achievement. It isn't. I think a lot of us in our lives, when we think of marriage as an achievement, we start to think to ourselves, okay, you know what? I think that if I get married, I'm successful. I've done it. Yay, great. I've passed. But if we don't get married, then we feel as though we failed something. Because it's almost like it's a test. We're supposed to get married at some point. That's how we feel, right? And if we don't get married, then we failed in life. We failed that test. We didn't manage to go to the exam, and we actually didn't pass. And that is then the problem, right? When we then get to a point where we're just like, okay, fine, I need to get married, or else I've failed in my life. I've done things wrong, and I've failed. This isn't good. And this just leads to just, what do you aspire to in your life? Do you aspire to being a mom? Do you aspire to being married? Which are things that we don't have 100% full control over. So when we don't do those things, we feel like we failed in life. Or do you aspire to become your best self? Do you aspire to rise as high as you possibly can from a career perspective? Do you aspire to be an honest person? Do you aspire to be, a kind person? Things that we do have 100% full control over. Those are the things that we can aspire to, the things that we know that these are in our control 100% of the times. Then also it's a thing of, marriage is a blessing. Yes, it may not actually be an achievement, but it's a huge blessing. It is a very, very big blessing, right? It's a very big blessing for you to get married, but it is not an achievement. It is not a tick you have passed, an X you have failed if you have not ever been married. Then we have number 2. You should not have to convince someone or convince yourself to marry someone. I don't know how you guys feel about this one, okay? But if you have to convince yourself that maybe I should marry this guy, maybe I'm just not seeing it, and then you do a checklist, and then you're just like, pros and cons. Pros, he's got a car, he's got a good job, he's got a good beard, it connects nicely, it's not patchy, so we can live with that one. And then the cons, the cons is that it looks like he's got a 6th toe, or cons, or that thing that happens at the bottom of the foot, that is not a toe, it's not a bone, but it's a thing. And then you're just like, family is a bit dodgy. All of those things. You shouldn't have to convince yourself to marry someone. You shouldn't. You should know that, what, I'm for this human being. I really am for this human being. You shouldn't have to convince yourself. So a little thing about my life is that this is V asking me to marry him is not the first person who's ever proposed marriage to me. Before, I had a boyfriend who was just like, at some point, I'm going to want to marry you. And as soon as he said that, I started having like hot flashes. And I was like, this one. I then had to start thinking about it. I had to start simmering on it. And I just, I had to pray about it. And every time I prayed about it, the Lord was like, not this one. This is not the one I made for you. No. I had to convince myself. And the more I prayed about it, the more the answer from God was no. But when V 3 months into our relationship, we were on the same page. That at some point, I'm going to marry you. We actually had set a date 3 months into our relationship. I know some of you may be like, that is fast, girl. I know. But to be honest with you, it wasn't anything I had to convince myself of. I didn't have to convince myself of him. That's the one thing that you don't have to convince yourself of. And, sometimes we may have to convince ourselves that, am I ready to get married? That's what we have to think about. But him, you shouldn't have to convince yourself of him. Let me know in the comment section. I'm going to wear my glasses because I actually want to see what you guys are saying. That's the thing about being live. Welcome to my studio. There we go. Let's see. So you guys are saying, my frames that everybody asked about. These are Ray-Ban frames that I actually got from VisionWorks. I got these from VisionWorks. So marriage for me is a blessing. Same as having children and reality is not all of us are blessed the same way. Exactly. We may want children and you may think that it is an achievement that we want for our lives, but then we may not be physically able to bear children. So it's something that we don't have 100% full control over. I don't have control over other people. I can't force anyone to marry me. And we see that we have our long-term marriage people here. Congratulations on being married for a long time. And Teko, the other day you were celebrating hubby's birthday. How did that go? Let's see. So Sipati, absolutely a blessing. Love it. Bungai is saying, hot flashes. I even got bad dreams too. That's when I knew that's the cute exit. I know. Sometimes when the wrong person at the time says, yo, maybe one day we want to get married, then you're just like, whoa, Billy. Wait a little bit, please. No. It's a blessing indeed. Let's encourage that. Yes, it's a blessing, but it's not an achievement. And if you don't have it, and that's the way that your life is set up, then it is fine. It is completely fine. We all have our own individual blessings that we all get to at the right time in our lives. So let's move on to point number 3. I love this. I love this chat. Oh my goodness. Can we please continue to do this more? We shall see. We shall see. Number 3. It's not about money. It's not about your career. It's not about your location. It's not about any of those things at all. And the reason why is a lot of us tend to put off getting married, especially men. I'm calling y'all out. Especially men tend to put it off because they're just like, I'm not at the right job yet. And I'm not at the right money level yet. And I'm living in Joburg now and I'll only get married when I get to Cape Town. You know, a very, very funny thing is that there's certain things in your life that can block a blessing. It can block a specific blessing from coming into your life. And when me and V were deciding to get married, it was something that we wanted to have achieved a certain amount of money and we wanted to have been able to have certain things in our careers. But then when the decision came around, and I remember he said this from a conversation he was having with his parents, and they were like, it's not about the money. You will figure it out. If you want to marry this person, you will figure it out. There's so many advantages to life. There's so many things that you can plan with the person that you are with once you are married. And you can't plan those things before you're married. So when you are not married to a person and this person's just like, listen, I'll only get married when I move to Cape Town. As a girlfriend, you only have this much say in moving to Cape Town and not moving to Cape Town and saying, no, I don't want us to move in Cape Town and stay in Joburg. But when you're a wife, you have this much weight in the relationship to say that I don't want to move. I don't think we should move. But as a girlfriend, that weight is this much. Even if that person has plans for you, that commitment isn't there. So you don't even know whether, if I stay in Joburg for this person, is it going to be worth it or they're just going to break up with me? But when your wife says, let's stay, it's a completely different thing. So don't wait for having enough money. Don't wait for having the right profession. Don't wait for having the right house. Because a lot of those blessings that you want will be unlocked when you get married. It's true. Those blessings will be unlocked as soon as you get married. Those decisions that you can make together, the commitment that you now have. There is a mental switch that happens when you get married. So don't wait for those things and say that only until I make 50,000 or 100,000 a month, then I'm only going to get married. It's holding you back from a lot of blessings that you can have between the two of you and for the rest of your life as well. Then number 4 is something that my father actually said to me. Cute story. When V asked me to marry him, he came back home. I can't remember where he was coming back from. I think he was coming back from work. He came back home and he sat me down and he said, let's do this. Let's get married. It wasn't a shock that he wanted to get married because it's something that we had spoken about. We're on the same page about it. The shock came from the timing because I had no clue that this was going to happen today. Okay? The other thing was, I was like, are you serious? Are you serious? Are we doing this? For real? I kept on saying, are you serious? I think I said, are you serious? 20 times. 20 times. Are you serious? Are you serious? And then I started crying. Are you serious? Are you serious? And then I started laughing. Are you serious? I was in a onesie. I wasn't ready. I was in a onesie. It was winter. My nails weren't done. Not that there was a ring. But here's the thing. Marriage actually isn't a shock that a person wants to marry you. The shocking part is the timing. After that day, I told my father about, let's get the process started. Let's send the uncles to get the marriage process started. As Africans, we have a whole wedding procedure. You don't just pop a ring and then you just get started. You've got to send uncles and all of that stuff. So then I called my dad and said, yo, Dad, let's start the process. And my dad took a week to actually talk to me and accept that I was getting married. But the day he did, he said something so profound and so important. He said, you will never really know a person. Even the person you were marrying, you'll never really know them. But when you get married to the person, it's a commitment to continue to know them. And the day you decide that you want to marry them is the day where you now have the feeling that I think I know enough of this person and I know enough about this person to actually get married to him. So let me just quickly check on, I think our video is playing a bit dodgy. So just give me a little, I'll read you guys' comments as we're going. I think the video is just a bit dodgy. So I just want to make sure you guys have got the best quality because that's what I'm about here. Now I can't find the actual adjust audio. Okay, I can't find it. So we're going to, no, okay, I found it. There we go. So let's see. Listening while I get ready for church. Yes, we are now home churching quite a lot because, COVID's still around. That is so true. My dad was earning 2,000 when he took out lobola for my mom. And when they got married, things just fell into place as they kept going. Now, 19 years later. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? That is exactly what happens. Marriage can honestly just unlock a whole lot. So I'm sorry, guys, that it keeps freezing. I'm not really sure why. And to be honest with you, I can't really fix it at this time. But in the next live stream, should we have another live stream, I'll definitely fix that for you guys. All right. Okay, cool. So next we have, so if you marry a person, it's just a commitment to say that I will continue to get to know you and I will continue to understand you and unpack you, and people evolve. So when you get married to a person, it's not that you know everything about them. It's that you know enough about them to say, I want to make a commitment to continue to get to know you. And that for me was so profound. So number 5, which is the final point, is that you need to pray for your man, you need to pray with your man, and you need to pray about your man. The first part is praying about your man. Praying about your man is literally asking God about you and his relationship, and being about God and just saying, yo, Lord, is this the person for me? Am I being right for him? And I always have this prayer that, Lord, please allow me to be the best wife to V and the best mother to our baby, because I need that guidance. I'm not enough, and I know that, but I'm enough with God and Jesus' help. Right? So I always pray that please make me enough for him and please make me enough for my daughter. And then pray for him. Pray blessings. Bring the heavens down. Bring the heavens down. Pray on your man to have favor like it has never been seen before. Pray that he is blessed beyond his own comprehension. Pray that he hears the Lord every single day. Pray that he understands him. Pray that he has a hunger and a thirst for God. Pray that he has the desire to live by the principles that the Bible has set out for us. Pray that he's a man after God's own heart. Pray for him. And don't pray the things that you want for him. Don't pray, Lord, please, can you please tell V to buy me a Mercedes? Can you please tell V, Lord, please just give him the inspiration to buy me 100 roses tomorrow? You can't be praying like that. It's not about what you want. It's not. It's really not about what you want. It's about what God wants for him. And you just praying that, Lord, please bless him. Please give him favor. Please be with him. Please let him hear you. All of those things are things that you pray onto his life, but it's always God's will and God's good will. Happiness, joy, for him to live in abundance. Those are the things that you pray for. And pray with him. You guys should pray together. This is a thing that me and V do actually every day at 8:30. When we put our baby to sleep, we pray together. This is something that I've actually learned from my grandmother. She has a lot of kids, like one short of a dozen. And every night at 8, they all used to say, you better be home at 8 or else you're going to get in the bonus, because everybody prays at 8 p.m. every day. prays at 8 p.m. The door gets locked and we pray. And that is something that me and my husband have, we heard that together because it was my grandmother's birthday when we were speaking about this. And when we heard that, we were just like, you know what? We're going to do that. That is something we're going to do as well. So at 8 or 8:30 every single night when we put our baby to sleep, she has no clue what's going on. None. She doesn't know. Doesn't know what's going on. But one day she will. But those are the 5 things that I would say definitely that you should maybe think about to know if you're ready to marry this man. Next week, I want to chat to you guys about premarital counseling. Because to be honest with you, how we knew we were ready is that even before we had the discussion of getting married, we actually went to premarital counseling. So we actually went to this whole thing of counseling. I think it was like almost a year, more than 6 months, a little less than a year, where we went to counseling and just to explore what is marriage. Because before you're married, you don't know what it is. And you don't even know if you want to commit to that thing. So before we even had the idea to get married, to get engaged, we actually went and we started premarital counseling. And there's a whole story about how we actually got trapped. Our minister trapped us. He trapped us. He trapped us and he's like, come to premarital counseling. I see you guys. So he totally trapped us. I dropped my glasses. He totally trapped us to go to premarital counseling. So let's see what you guys are saying. I didn't tell you guys what I'm having for tea. I'm having rooibos. And this is my fave. It's a mug, but I like a lot of tea. So this is a Carol Boyce. This